Well, I've been working on my Jeep original steelies that I'm putting back on, and they're quite rusty. But I just want to throw a couple of tips out here about what I've learned so far. So this is what they looked like in the original state. I got one more to do. You can see a lot of rust, and then there's this groove that goes all the way around the rim. And so that's kind of difficult to get everything out. But I got these tires and bought them, used. And what I've been using to kind of clean them up is really two things. One, obviously starting at some 120 grit, sandpaper to kind of get it smoothed out. Took the wheel weights off. This was the only rim that had one on the outside. But I've been using my cabinet drill to kind of get in there and drill with this metal brush here to get a lot of the loose debris and rust off. And it's actually been working really well. So I'm going to show you kind of what the finished product looks like and what I'm replacing here as well. So here's another one that I've kind of primed down and have, somewhat ready to prime. And then I'm replacing these Pacer, traditional alloys that were aftermarket as well. But I got this first one done and it came out quite good. And so I'm really impressed with it. There's certainly some imperfections and what I would call, fine details that I missed, but overall the process worked pretty well, and I'm really happy with the look to take it back to kind of the original. I'm not going to paint that black ring, I don't think, because I don't know how I'd do that unless I took it to a shop, and maybe it was a decal. And then what I've been using here on the actual rims themselves is two things. So I hit 2 or 3 coats of this primer, Rust-Oleum rusty metal primer, and it's kind of close to the color of the rim, and put a good base down. And then they make this Duplicolor, which is an AMC, kind of Jeep style color palette, and mixes up real well. It took me about, I guess, 2/3 of a can to prime 3 or 4 coats on the original rim. And so I'm going to kind of lighten that up. But after I primed it once, I went back and hit it again. And then this color actually looks really close to the original. And obviously that's what I was going for. So I got some BF Goodrich all-terrain TAs on here. And, as you can see, it's pretty close. Definitely has more of a metallic sheen than I thought it would have, and that sort of stuff. But if you hold it up to the actual Eagle itself, it's a pretty close match. So looking forward to finishing this one up. I'm going to put my suspension on next week. And then I'll bolt the new tires on and give you guys a whirl back.